The Abyss is a hot place.
And today, we're putting all its hot inhabitants into a tier list.
So close your doors, get your headphones on, and prepare for violence.
Because this is about to get brutal.
If Raum was a Pokemon, Abyssal Lord would be shiny.
It's listed as a limited skin, but the only thing that's limited about it is the effort the devs put into making it.
The gun is the same as the default. The effects are the same. You literally have no way of knowing whether you're using this skin or the default one.
If only they colored the gun the same way as his arm. Now that would look glorious.
Yeah, but they didn't. This skin is a waste of potential. Just like it's a waste of time to talk about it. Shameful.
All hands on deck!
I got a bone to pick with this skin.
That pun was horrible, but this skin is even worse.
Why does it come with a trial version of Merry Maker's gun? Why are his bones green? Why is this a Bounty Store exclusive? I have so many questions.
Same! The devs took the effort to make a custom model, but they didn't add anything else to it.
Yeah, it's so bare bones. This skin stays too true to his name to be any good.
Say my name.
Infernal Seris is the gateway drug into the realm of horny.
This lady is the grandma of all fanservice skins and paladins, and my oh my, she's still got some kick left in her.
Oh, yes.
Her armor looks like bones ripped straight out of her willing victims. Her weapon looks like a demonic eyeball. Her clothes are all torn.
It's crazy how you can get a skin fully equipped with new effects, its own voice pack, and a good model for only 400 crystals.
I don't know about you, but that puts poses like Full Moon Victor to shame.
Hell yeah! Find me some prey!
Am I already in hell? Cause it's getting hot in here.
Imagine this. It's 2018. You're about to remove the mix and match system, and your entire player base is rioting against you. You have three options. A. Keep the system. B. Keep it but only for old skins. And C. Remove it completely and show a hot demon daddy in the faces of your disgruntled fans. Guess which option Hi-Rez went for?
It has an obvious downside. It's limited, you can't buy it anymore.
It makes me sad because it's such a great skin.
I mean, it does give me some Bayonetta vibes because of the balls, and you can tell it's old because of how dull the metal looks like.
True, but this is also the first skin that made Jenos look different. The horns are massive, the animated weapon looks sick.
And the green pants? Green pants are the ultimate showcase of his badassery. Let's be real, only a true villain would wear these to the battlefield.
Soul Stealer is a hell yeah deal. It will go to Abyssal Chats if there was a way to buy it in 2022. Temptress Skye. Her two biggest features are her
Mommy milkers!
and her old sound that only plays properly when your parents are around.
Her hair is glorious, Mouse. This is hands down her second best hairstyle today.
She comes with a tail, which was probably a bitch to animate seeing how many emotes she's got. And the model itself does have a good share of detail for a glorified bikini.
Thing is, some elements look a bit out of place on her. Her wings are the main culprits. It looks like she tried to cosplay Abyssal Drogoz for her adoring fans.
It looks hot, but it makes no sense.
Temptress matches Maeve and Furia.
Which is a great thing if you ask me.
Thing is, the crystals look so pale you can barely notice them. There's no contrast. The skin looks very monotone.
Yeah, Devilish has more flair to her. Her body paint is actually visible, and her green crystals stand out as much as a friendly player in ranked. No, really, they are really fucking rare, man.
And if you look at her eyes, they match those of Demonette Maeve, which is nice from a lore standpoint. But then again, from a design standpoint, green eyes would make a lot more sense.
I wanna put Devilish about Temptress. Temptress is truly trying to balance between two worlds, and she's doing it as elegantly as a hippo skating on ice.
I control fate.
The budget Midnight Royal at a not-so-budget price. The skin that tries to imitate a vampire, but the only part is decent at is sucking.
I will give it some credit though, it's fairly detailed. It shows his full face and even part of his neck, and the evil veins on it. The texture on his cape is different. The signs on his gun and shoulder are themed after Seris. His eyes shine brighter than my future, which granted doesn't say a lot. And together with the white hair, they give him Shigaraki vibes.
Dude, I would love if they explored this concept even further in a full-scale skin. But it is what it is.
Slay time.
I know what you're thinking. She's a succubi. But that's wrong. She is an imp.
Her looks are more badass than fanservice.
She's not like Skye, who tries to push her melons in your face.
She's not interested in seducing you. You can tell that from her voice lines. Her art is death, and she's about to paint her masterpiece, fam.
She's like the Bob Ross of the Abyss. You gotta respect that.
I wish they went all in with this theme and avoided the silicone. It detracts from the cool elements of the skin.
The glow on her wings and horns is animated, and all her abilities summon flames. The knives are insane. You gotta get the skin, man, even if it's for the weapon alone.
I would put her on Abyssal chats if it wasn't for the silicone, the bulky boots, and her hairstyle that looks like a starfish. This skin has its own cinematic cutscene. You can't get more badass than that.
Drogoz finally ditched the jetpack and grew some wings.
He's got pieces of torn flesh hanging off the bare bones, and then he's got some metallic parts that looks like prosthetics. His spine and wings are skeleton, but his thighs and arms are kinda fleshy. It's weird. The belt just shows how much of a hourglass figure does he have.
He's a juicy mix of undead, demon, and dragon. I haven't seen that combo before, but I'd love to see more.
The weapon. The two heads are connected with a spine. There are skulls, particles. It has so much going on. It has so many elements that you don't know where to look at. The model is bigger than a hitbox, and when you're trying to hide behind a tree or something, more of your model pokes out. That kinda gives away your position. He honestly looks more like a final boss than a champion skin, and the voice fits perfectly. The only problem is that sometimes you can't understand what he says.
You're just growling menacingly. I have no idea what you're saying, but yes, thanks.
I mean, toy.
This skin is what keeps the Abyss blazing hot. Evil Mojo brought the thighs back.
Thick thighs save lives.
They won the jackpot when they released this skin. Well, kinda.
Yeah, the crystals on her thighs aren't models. Someone just slapped a handful of PNG's textures on it. Her hair is the recolor of her default. In fact, most of her accessories are recolors of her default.
Some people say it was done on purpose to kind of highlight her similarities with her non-evil version.
Maybe, but why does it have feathers and bat wings? Either do one or the other. Like, don't try to combine them.
Her voice lines are seductive, but the way she says them is so cartoonish. Jenos, Seris, Maeve, they all have consistency. Furia has none.
Yeah, and it's a season pass skin. It's $35. That's a week's worth of food. They could have at least made the model less rushed.
The weapon is insane. It glows, and with the ultimate, it glows even more.
And before some of you guys comment this again, yes, her beam does have tentacles on the top. It's a very nice touch, and I didn't notice it till you guys mentioned it. Just because of the weapon and the great concept, I'm putting her in the hell yeah tier.
This skin was released in 2018, and it's still one of the most gorgeous, most polished skins in the game.
The particles are crisp, the textures are animated, the armor is a style I haven't seen before. Dude, if I was to choose a skin to sell for 1200 crystals, it would be Knightmare, not Full Moon Victory.
According to the lore, Dredge can summon Knightmare together with Ying Death Speaker to fight for him. Talking about which...
I heed the call.
I definitely prefer this version over the Banshee. The blue makes more sense than the green, and the helmet hides her happy face.
Her emotes still look out of place though.
At this point, it's more like comedy than anything, like doing the casual sassy morning walk, you know, just evil spirit things.
Gotta keep the routine.
My biggest complaint is how big the mirror is. It just takes up so much screen space.
I mean, it's not even a mirror at this point. I love how ghostly her illusions sound like. Actually, all her effects.
It's definitely a new take on Ying, and I love it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to send me your tier list results. I'm curious to see.